in today's session of Divorce Court. Carl Jones says he should have known he and Natasha would be sexually incompatible.
She has a very bad sex problem. She told me out her own mouth, I'm not used to having sex with just one person.
According to this paper, you said the cheating began shortly after the wedding.
Yeah. She had sex with a guy from the church.
But she says he didn't try hard enough.
The sex, it was good at first. Then he got lazy. I explained to him what I wanted. I wanted a whole man, not a half a man, which is what he is.
Now Natasha Jones and Carl Jones come face to face in this session of Divorce Court.
All rise. Court is now in session. Maybelline Ephraim presiding. You may be seated.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. This is the matter of Carl Jones versus Natasha Jones. Mr. Jones, I'm advised that after 4 years of marriage, you're ready to end it. And you don't look too happy to me. What's the matter?
Well, Your Honor, Natasha Jones, she has a very bad sex problem. She can't seem to keep her legs closed for one man.
Really? With someone other than you?
Yes, ma'am. There's several other than me.
Several?
Yes, ma'am.
In the 4 years of marriage?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have any proof of that? Or is this what you're thinking, a dream,
No, this is
or
something
what?
I know. She admitted it.
She admitted
She
to
admitted
it.
to it.
Lie, Your Honor.
What happened?
Your Honor, I got the last guy she slept with, she got pregnant by him. She got the child by the guy right now.
She has a child by another man,
Yes,
and she's
ma'am.
still married to you.
Yes, ma'am. Still legally married, even
Well,
the first time.
I don't know if you can get, what'd you say, even the first time?
I mean, the first time, Your Honor, that she done it, you know, I forgave her, I still loved her. I had a family by her, so, you know, I'm trying to take care of my family. Then she pops up and do it again.
Is that right? You have a baby by another man and you're already married to this man? Is he telling the truth?
Basically,
Go ahead and tell her.
Basically, Your Honor.
I just want to know, is that true?
That's part is true, Your Honor.
So how did it happen?
Basically, Your Honor, I wanted a whole man, not a half a man, which is what he is.
Your Honor, the problem
Wait
wasn't
just
with
a
me.
minute. No.
She couldn't
If
deal with
you
one
were
man. She had to have 6 or
satisfied-
7
Hold on,
at one
Mr.
time.
Jones.
You would have been satisfied, it wouldn't have came to that. I explained to him what I wanted.
You wanted a whole man, not a half a man. So
That's
then why
right.
did you marry this half man?
Oh, it started off good at first. Then he got lazy.
Hey,
What do you mean it started off good and then he got lazy?
The relationship started off good. The
Your Honor,
marriage
What was the good
started
part
off
about
Your
it?
Honor,
Wait,
she
Mr.
want-
Jones,
Okay.
what was the good part about it?
Well, basically, the sex, it was good at first.
Yes.
At first, then he got lazy.
Oh, so it
was
wasn't
over.
pleasing you and satisfying you.
No, not at all.
And your solution to that was to go to another man.
I explained to Carl what I wanted, and it wasn't there.
Your Honor,
So then why did you divorce him, Miss Jones? You didn't marry him just for sex, did you?
Not just for sex.
So what else was bad about it?
He was lazy. He didn't want to do anything. He wanted me to do
Honor.
everything.
In the bed.
Everything.
What do you mean
period.
by that? He didn't work either?
He worked, but he
I did all the
let
work,
him
Your Honor.
tell it his job was more stressful than mine.
Yeah.
And so when he came home, he basically wanted to just sit there and watch television. He didn't want to help me bathe the kids. He didn't want to help me cook, clean up, do anything.
And so going out with another man, having sex, and having a baby by the other man, and you're still married to him, now gets you somebody that's cooking, cleaning up, washing, ironing, and all of that. That's what you're telling me?
No, the baby, I mean, it wasn't like the baby or the relationship was meant to
Your Honor, she
happen.
even gave the baby my name.
Wait. I want to hear this. It didn't mean, it wasn't meant to happen.
No, it wasn't.
Well, from what you just said, you said that he was lazy.
True
the
enough,
sex
he
was
is.
no longer good, so you went outside looking.
No, we separated. I didn't go outside looking. We separated.
Well, why didn't you just file for divorce?
And he didn't want a divorce.
And you
Your Honor,
obviously didn't
I've been
know.
trying to give her a divorce from day one, Your
Hold
Honor.
on, wait a minute.
That's a lie.
And you obviously didn't want a divorce either, right?
I wanted a divorce. When I left, I told him. He wanted us to stay together.
But you weren't together. You don't want to be with this man. You already have children, right? How many?
I have 4 kids altogether.
Already 4 children.
I have 4 kids
And you
altogether.
look like, to me, you're no more than 30. Am I right?
Right.
That's a load.
23.
4 children before you had this last one?
No, I have 4 altogether.
So you had
including the
3
last one.
children before.
2 with him and 1 before him.
So, and you complaining that he's not helping you with the children, that you have to do it all, right?
Right.
So then why you add a fourth one to it? Does that help you? Does that give you more time or less time? Does that cause you to do more work or less work? It doesn't go together. You're complaining about your husband not helping you with the children. It's all on you, and you go and add another one
I
to
didn't
this?
go and add another one. The baby was here. I mean,
No, the
it
baby
happened.
wasn't just here, honey. Don't even give me that. See, that's probably why it happened. Because you weren't being responsible and you weren't thinking about what you were doing. The baby wasn't just here. Babies don't get here unless two people do certain things over which you had complete control. Now, it's bad enough to go out and have sex and to commit adultery on your husband, but why bring another child when you're already complaining about the 3 you have to take care of? Now, who does that overburden?
It overburdens me.
That was an excuse,
So
Your Honor,
you
for her to
didn't
keep her
help,
husband
you
and
didn't
the
help the
other
marriage any, and you didn't really
What
help
about the
yourself.
women you were with?
I wasn't with no women.
You
Hold
wasn't
on,
with
wait
two
a minute.
women?
I'm talking to the two of you. You didn't help the marriage, and it didn't help you. So what did you do by doing that?
I have help.
Oh, no, now this person is helping you?
The person was helping me at first.
How was he doing that?
Well, when I was with Carl, no, he wasn't. But now that we're together, yes, he is helping me.
So he helps you take care of the kids?
Yes.
And clean and wash and cook?
Yes.
That's 'cause
And
he
how
don't
long
work,
has this
Your Honor.
happened? How long has this been going on?
Since we've been together, since August?
So just a few months, right?
Well, since we've been, me and the guy, we've been together for a year, so.
So about a year. So now, you were with Mr. Jones before, and at the beginning, you said it was good with him, right?
He was at the beginning, yeah.
So you're at the same point again. At the beginning, it's good.
No, not at the same point. It's different.
What's different?
Everything is different.
So where are the children?
With both of us. My two are with me and his two are with him, but they go back and forth.
Your Honor, my kids, the
Wait a
whole
minute,
time we've been separated.
My two are with me, and his two are with him. I thought it was two parents. What do you mean
we're
by
not
my
staying
kids?
together,
Three sets
so.
of parents.
No, my kids are with me. The two children that you had outside of the marriage are with you.
Yes.
The two children that you and Mr. Jones parented together are with Mr. Jones?
No, basically they'll be with both of us.
So
Your
you're
Honor, my-
sharing them.
Yes.
Your Honor, my kids live with me. She ain't done nothing for my kids. My kids don't
How
see
you
her.
gonna tell me what I done
my kids,
for them?
My kids don't see her,
Don't
Your Honor.
tell her. Tell me. What are you saying?
My kids don't ever see her. My kids, out of the whole time
Our
we've been
kids.
separated, our kids, the whole time we've been separated, my kids probably seen her 2 weeks out of what, a whole year?
And why is
That's
that?
a lie.
Your Honor, I don't know. She
That's a
worked
lie.
3 to 5 minutes away from my kids, and she ain't never come see them.
That's a
right down the
lie.
street from them. She ain't come
Wait,
see them
hold on,
but
Miss
once.
Jones. Let him tell me. So you have the children most of the time.
Yeah, they live with me every day, all
And
day,
Miss
every
Jones
day.
lives 3 to 5 minutes
No,
away.
she worked 3 to 5 minutes away from him. Never went to go see him. She went to see him one time. Didn't call to check on him. Didn't do nothing for him.
So in other words, how did this, from your point of view, your version, how did she end up with this other man that she's now with?
Because she can't keep her legs closed.
When divorce court returns, Carl gives the real reason for Natasha's constant cheating.
She told me out her own mouth, I'm not used to having sex with just one person.
Are you involved in a dispute with a neighbor, friend, relative, or business person? Take your case to a new court show and be represented by a prominent attorney. Call 877-777-0099. Divorce court returns as Natasha testifies about Carl's cheating during the marriage.
Were you still living together when this affair began?
Yes, ma'am. We was gonna buy a house. We moved back home with my parents to save money.
All the time, back
when
home
we
with
had
your
a wreck,
parents.
when
All
we
the
had-
time,
when-
back
when-
home
when
with
I
your
had the wreck in the
parents.
car.
The regular car.
No, in her car.
What's a regular car versus
No, I
an
said a
irregular?
wreck. I said a wreck. I'm sorry.
When you had a wreck in the car.
Yeah,
Oh,
they
I'm
gave
sorry.
us a rental car.
Oh, all right.
They gave us a rental car. She was already plotting on the phone on how once she got a hold to the keys, how she was gonna hightail it over there to her sister's house. That's all they did every day. Shorts up on the ass.
Watch your words.
Yes, ma'am.
Behind, rump, whatever. Don't use that other one.
I told her, I said, look, you my wife now. I prefer you to dress presentable. Put on a dress or something sometime. I mean, you ain't gotta just put on.
Now I don't want you to let anybody else see your legs, even though you let me see them before we married. That's what you're saying?
Yeah.
You can't change adults. That's what you need to learn to understand. If you met your wife and she had a style of dress, I don't care if it's collars up to here or if it's behind showing. If that's her style, that's her style.
Okay, young.
And you're not going to change her because you get a piece of paper that says,
Yeah.
I'm now married to you.
Okay, that's true.
Now, she alleges that you've had some affairs. Tell me about it, Ms. Jones.
Well, basically, him and his friends went out of town. He slept with some female. Then he slept with another female. When I came to pick up my kids, they were at another female's house. And he was down the sidewalk, down the street. I went to her house and my kids were there. Let Carl tell they didn't sleep together. Then basically he went on ahead and told me that they did sleep together.
After the separation or while you were still married?
While we were still together.
Living in the same household?
Living together.
What about that, Mr. Jones?
Your Honor, that's a lie.
That's a lie.
That's a lie.
That's what she just said about yours. It's a lie.
No.
She said she didn't go and have an affair.
If I could have got my witnesses here to come here, but he had to work. If I could have got my witnesses, they'll tell you that was a lie.
So someone saw her with another man while you were still married?
Everybody saw it. Everybody saw it. She went to her job bragging about it. Oh, this ain't my husband, baby. This my man, baby. This my boyfriend, baby.
That's a lie.
She go up there.
That is a lie.
Somebody said, according to this paper, you said the cheating began shortly after the wedding. She left with a man from the church.
Yeah. She had sex with a guy from the church. She had, yeah.
That's a lie. That's a lie.
Tell her about
And that your daughter walked in on her.
Yeah, the daughter walked in.
With another man. So tell me about shortly after the wedding, she left with a man with the church?
No, her daughter.
Hold on, Mr. Jones, I'm asking a question. Tell me about
her oldest daughter told my parents, she got her oldest daughter so afraid to talk that she couldn't tell me. She thought I would get mad. She told my parents that she pushed the door open.
Well, your parents could have came here.
No,
that's a lie.
Hold on, Ms. Jones, let me finish.
That is a lie.
And caught her and the guy she's with now in the bed naked.
In your house?
No, this was at her sister's house.
That's a lie.
So that's the oldest daughter that she had by another man, the first child?
Yes, ma'am.
What about that, Ms. Jones?
He called his line.
Your Honor.
So your daughter didn't say that, or
No, my daughter did not say that, and it did not happen. He could have got his parents here. They don't work. They could have came.
Your Honor.
So what about the man from the church?
This was like about a year and a half after we got married.
That's a lie.
What happened?
He
hasn't said anything yet, so what's a lie?
No, because he said that I slept with somebody else from a church. That is a lie.
No, he didn't say you slept with him yet. He said you left with him.
No, he said I was with somebody else from the church.
I prefer not to say this person's name on.
Please don't.
Okay.
But just tell me about the incident.
Your Honor, the church she attended, she wanted me to go there, so I went, you know. I just didn't feel comfortable there. I loved her so much, I felt in my heart that something wasn't sitting right with me there. So later, she finally admitted to me that she used to talk to this guy.
While you were married or before she married you?
Before she married me. Before she married me, her and this guy used to talk. But then later, she admitted to me that her and the guy had sex.
During or after you married?
After we got married.
Why would she admit that to you? What did she say? Under what circumstances? That doesn't seem like to me just a topic of conversation.
She told me that since we was arguing so much, you know, she was feeling depressed. She felt like she had to go be with him. So she told me out her own mouth that I'm not used to having sex with just one person. I need several people.
That is a lie. Why would I need several people like that?
I swear to God on my life.
No, don't do all that. Don't do all that.
This girl told me out her mouth. This girl told me out her mouth that she cannot have sex with one. She's not used to having sex with one person.
She needs more than one man in her life at a time.
I was with you. Call his line. You just lying. Why don't you just tell
please,
the truth?
don't say that again. I'm sick of hearing that.
Because he is lying.
All right.
He is lying.
So you didn't leave and go have an affair with the man did you date a man at your church?
That was before his time. That was before his time.
And since he became half of a man and he was no longer satisfying you and things weren't going too well, did you go back to your first love?
No.
You didn't go back to him at all?
No.
Ever?
No.
All right. We'll never get the two of you agreeing on anything anyway.
No,
so now, who left the house? When the two of you finally split, you left?
We were staying with his mama.
No, she asked you who left.
Who left your house?
Out?
Oh, I left.
And you were living with his mother?
Nah, she walked out. She left. She went to stay with her aunt. She left her aunt's house and she went and moved with the guy she just last had the baby.
Well, now the paper said that she left your house.
That was
the first time. That was the first time. That's the first time? Yeah, that was the first time.
How many times did you leave?
I left twice. The first time we were staying with his mama when I left and I went and stayed with my sister.
And you already had children?
Yes.
So where'd you leave the kids then?
The kids were with me.
All right, then the second time you left?
The second time I left, that's when we had the apartment and I moved with my aunt.
And you left Mr. Jones and the children in the apartment?
No, the kids were with me.
So you just left Mr. Jones?
Mr. Jones stayed there on his own.
Now there's a third time you've left?
No, there was only twice. I only left twice.
So then why do the papers say that somebody's talking about apartment rent?
That was this last time, this
Okay, can we get to that last time? That's where I am.
When divorce court returns, the judge renders her verdict.
Unfortunately, this court doesn't go on feelings. So here is the law.
And an update on the case of Brenda Cockrell versus Anthony Cockrell.
16 years ago, I came home from work, Your Honor, and there was panties and bras in my sock drawer, and I've been paying ever since.
So is that bad?
Woo, I'm stupefied.
Divorce court will be back in session in a moment. Divorce court returns as Natasha and Carl argue over who's responsible for paying past due rent.
I don't know what she's talking about. I'm talking about this last apartment.
I'm
This
on the
last
last
apartment, he moved out and moved with his mom, and I moved with my aunt.
But the two of you had a rental agreement on the apartment.
Yes.
And both of you abandoned the apartment. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Did you tell the landlord before you left?
I did.
No, you didn't.
I told him.
He wasn't even working.
Okay, what do you want from me?
I was working.
What you want?
I want her to pay. I want her to pay it.
I don't feel
Now,
I should have to pay
why
it.
is there something to pay if you're telling me that you left?
Yeah, we left the apartment, but I mean that's like you broke the lease, so you gotta.
So did you have a rental agreement or a lease?
We had a lease.
All right.
A rental.
Do you agree with that? You had a lease?
Yes, we did have a
Ooh,
lease.
they agree. That's one. Let me try another one. Do you agree that you were supposed to pay rent or money to the landlord?
Yes.
You agree to that?
I agree to that.
How much were you supposed to pay each month?
$619.
You agree with that?
Yes, ma'am.
That's 3. All right. Didn't get paid. Neither of you paid it.
Nope.
I was paying the rent up. I had the money when I moved out. I had the money to pay it.
And what happened?
I was gonna go get a lawyer because I wanted full custody of my kids.
No, we're not talking about the kids. Why didn't you pay the rent if you had the money to pay it?
Because I didn't know what she was planning.
You have money and you ain't had no job.
Yana,
You didn't even have a job,
Yana.
so how did you have money?
He said he was working.
Carl was not working.
Check my records. I've been working from day
Carl
when we got
was
I
married.
don't want your
working.
records, and I'm not going to check your records.
She the one that's been
I was
unemployed. She
working.
been unemployed.
All right. How long did you stay in the apartment after the two of you separated?
Just about 2 months.
So you stayed there for 2 months.
Yes, ma'am.
And that's when you moved out.
Yes, ma'am.
But the landlord charged you, but you owed 3 months?
Because the lease wasn't completed. And you have to.
So that the 3rd month is the completion of the lease.
Yes, ma'am.
So that's what you owe.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. What you have to say? Should you pay it?
No, I shouldn't.
Why not?
Because we was both there. We left at the same time. He left and stayed with his mama. I left and stayed with my aunt. So I don't, and Carl, he wasn't even working at the time.
The lease was not completed though, right?
No, the lease wasn't
So
completed.
you broke your lease?
We both broke the lease.
Okay. You agree with that?
Yes, ma'am.
So I don't feel I should have to pay it.
Unfortunately, this court doesn't go on feelings. So here is the law. You broke the lease. It was a community lease. It's a community obligation. Each pay half.
All rise. The parties may leave the courtroom.
When divorce court returns, an update on the case of Brenda Cockrell versus Anthony Cockrell.
This is a drama queen. Crying, screaming, throwing things. I let her destroy my clothes.
What do you mean
okay?
destroy clothes?
You just don't know how many. She done cut up into little pieces. She wraps them up like Christmas gifts and takes them wherever I'm at.
Closed captioning for divorce court provided by. Are you involved in a dispute with a neighbor, friend, relative, or business person? To appear before a real judge on a new court show, call 877-777-0099. And now for an update on a previous case in divorce court. Anthony Cockrell said his wife Brenda knew how to get his attention.
16 years ago, I came home from work, Your Honor, and there was panties and bras in my sock drawer, and I've been paying ever since.
Nothing I did was right.
This is a drama queen. Crying, screaming, throwing things. I let her destroy my clothes.
What do you mean destroy clothes?
You just don't know how many. She done cut up into little pieces. She wraps them up like Christmas gifts and takes them wherever I'm at. Cut up into little bitty neat pieces. She'll burn them up.
And burn them up?
Burn them up. Burn them up.
So is that bad?
Woo, I'm stupefied.
Brenda wanted Anthony to pay for a calling card bill, which she claimed he used to call other women. He admitted using the calling card, and the judge ordered him to pay. Brenda says she wasted 16 years of her life with Anthony, but has put that relationship in the past. She has a new man and plans to move in with him in the near future. Anthony says even though he would like to remain friends with Brenda, he will not tell her where he works because he doesn't want her to cause any drama at his new job.
It was all lies. She didn't tell the truth. I mean, there's no way they can make her get the whole truth out of her.
Carl just basically lied, tried to make himself look good. He lied, and I'm glad it's over, but Carl just lied.
She said I cheated. It's not true.
But I have to talk to him. We have kids together, but I'm glad our relationship is over. We'll be friends, and I'll be the mother and he'll be the father, but nothing else.